say one thing qui ont toujours bon peace too with that is just the fact that Maken malgré li pot kote rive nan salte vle accompli, but he enjoyed himself. He enjoyed money or not, you're gonna see him on that cruise, you're gonna see him go on vacation, you're gonna see. So I'm like, if he actually listened to us, meaning me or my parents and everything, and actually just save for future, what future was he gonna save for?
So we live. It's 12 p.m., y'all. It's me and my boy Fonzo. I got your attention, right? Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. For real.
Welcome back to another episode of Eye Open. I'm excited to have another episode, and I'm glad that you guys subscribe. Yes. Man, I'm just beyond like happy. Like we got so many engagement from TikTok to Instagram. We got so many stories that was told, different things like that. So I'm just beyond proud that you guys are at least understanding our content, and I'm just excited, so to continue to give y'all more content, this year. So I don't know, Fonzo, how you feel like?
Man, you guys have been consistently giving us the love, the support. It's different because we consistent. We being consistent. We're posting. We are asking for the engagement. And I think that it's because of the fact that we're pushing out different topics that you guys like. So we're catering to our audience. So thank you for that, for sure.
Sure. So, Fonzo, I want you to introduce our guest.
Man, this is crazy because you know who would be doing this, right?
Yeah.
Maken would be doing this. And actually, I want you to tell us who you are. Because a lot of people, they just say that's Maken Sister. And I don't think that's a fair analogy for you. So who are you?
I'm so many people. It's not even funny. I'm Danielle Jonatas Deluscar. First, I would say the first thing first was I'm a daughter. I'm the oldest of a family of 5. Then I'm a sister. I have 4 siblings. And then I got married. I'm a wife. I have a husband. We've been together for a long time. High school sweetheart. Yeah, since I was like 14. But there's not Timon, but
I did not know that.
Yo, for sure, yeah. IT, l'école, And then I got married. It's been 6 years. And then we have 2 sons. So I'm a mom. Not mom of 1, but mom of 2. I have 2 boys. I'm a mom and I'm a boy mom.
Yes.
I always wanted to have girls, but the love that I'm getting from my son, so it's very good. So I'm so many different people. And then I'm a nurse as well. So I am a nurse. I work in a PCU floor at a hospital. I do have experience in pediatrics as well, in geriatric. So after I lost my grandma, I went into geriatric, and that kind of fit me because I used to take care of older people. So I used to act like comme si c'est grand moi m'a occupé. So that kind of like give me closure.
Yes.
And then I went into pediatric, and then I had my son, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. So it was too much because I would come home with work. Like, I would be so attached to those kids that même si m'lakai, I'm thinking about, are they okay? Like, are they okay? And I don't like that. So I stopped, and then I went into the hospital, and now I'm working in a PCU floor where I see different people, different ages. So that's basically, also, I am a social media influencer.
I was gonna say that. Like, you gotta say that.
Yeah, I'm a vlogger. I have a YouTube channel. I started, I don't even remember, a couple of years ago. After I had my son, I wanted to do like mom vlogs and stuff. And then, so I still have it. I have about 23K on YouTube, but my channel is mostly in Creole. Okay. And I vlog about family, not really a specific thing, but like family content vlogs and stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. As far as like family, you say a family a lot. How it feels to be a mom, actually? Like,
it's still surreal to know that, yeah, like those kids depend on me. Like, whoa. But yeah, because I used to be like a child, and now I have like children that I'm like responsible for.
Yes.
I have to like cater to them, love them, and their boys. Exactly. So it's definitely different. But the one thing about being a mom is that like you don't even have to go to school. Like even if they were to have a school for that, it's different. And you just kind of like get into that mood. Like as soon as you become a parent, you just become a parent.
Yes.
And you kind of like know what to do. And with the help of God, of course, but it's like you kind of know what to do. It's like something you just embrace. You don't like, you were scared before, but as soon as you become a parent, it's like, I know what to do. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then you get like so much motivation from them that makes you want to be more and do more.
So like, a question I would ask, because when we're young, we have a idea that, okay, this is the type of parent I'm going to be. Everything that you thought a parent was that actually what you thought it was for real? Like,
no, to be honest, like after I had my after I had my son, I was like, the first thing first is when they give me my son, I was like, is this how much my mom loved me? Because that was the first time I experienced that type of love. That was the first thing. I was like, if this is how much my mom loved me, like, I need to apologize to that woman. Like,
yes,
this is deep love, like unconditional love. So that was the first thing. And then, no, it's not. It's hard, but it's so rewarding. You love that hard work that you do. It's like you wouldn't change it for the word. Like at the beginning, they cry. You have to wake up and feed them. I'm the mom. I have to breastfeed.
yes.
So many things you have to do. But then you wouldn't change it for anything in the world. So I didn't expect to love it that much. That's one thing. And then another thing is like there's so many different things in parenting that like you don't know. For example, the way we were raised, certain things that was okay for certain things that we accepted as children, but it's not because like they're okay. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like I want my son to talk. Like moi-même, te kon pran baton pile pour ça because I'm very wordy. Like I would say something. Si ma fait des ordres, I'm like, why?
Yes.
Pour qui ça? Like explain, just come si prend the blame like this. But I want my son to be like, Mom, I don't think that's right. Like, Mom, why are you doing this? Mom, why am I on timeout? I want him to express himself to me. And I didn't think that like that was so important, but it is. It makes such a big difference with the relationship you have with your kids. And actually give them like an open room for them to feel comfortable to like say when they're right and when they're wrong, and for you to say when you're right and when you're wrong too, and for them to call you out on stuff, because my son call me out on stuff all the time. Already he's 5, yeah, but he does. He'll be like, Mom, I thought you said don't say that. I'm like, yeah, I said don't say that, but I don't want you to say that. I said that I apologize, but I still don't want you to say that.
Yes.
But he would like catch up on stuff like that. Yup.
That's love. That's a different type of love.
It definitely is. It definitely
Has
is.
motherhood changed you in a way where it makes you more protective, not just for your family, but friends and people around you?
I feel like I was always the same because I feel like because I'm the oldest in a family of 5, so I was always overprotective. That's one thing like my siblings can tell you, that especially the boys, because they'll be out. And then I'm like, where are you? Like, if they're not home, even if I'm not the mom, but if they're not home, I don't feel okay. It's like, are you coming home? What's going on? Like, are you okay? And if I call them, they're not picking up the phone, I'm not going to stop until, like, I reach them, because I would feel like, okay, something is not right.
Yes.
So I feel like I was always overprotective. Now even more, but I was always like that because I kind of, like, got practice with them. Yeah, being the oldest.
Yeah, because I just had my son like a year ago. So
No, I can't believe that.
yeah, right. So as a parent, because since we're talking about overprotection, do you check at night if they're breathing? Like, is it like get crazy? Because for me, it gets crazy. It gets like I have to make sure I hear something because I start freaking out. Is that for you too?
That I had that at the beginning, but now not anymore. Maybe it's the second. When you pop your second baby, it's gonna change. it's a total different game. Like it's so crazy. Cause first child you like, second child like you'll be alright.
Because you have experience.
Exactly. So but yeah, at the beginning, yeah, there's something called the outlet or something like that. I tempted so much to buy it. It kind of like when you make a sutimuna, they kind of like tell you the heart rate, if they're breathing and everything. So if you're actually sleeping, you're fine. But another thing though, J. Cole, you the dad, I'm the mom. We don't sleep. Like we don't sleep deep. Like timuna cafe, nous get enlevé when y'all be snoring.
Oh, is that true, Jacob?
So I think
Allegedly.
you don't teach them plus worry because they're deep sleepers. So for me, it's like I worry, but not as much because I know whatever self I'm levé, but they worry about themselves.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Allegedly.
No, I think you're right because I remember my pastor was telling a story about how his wife, like, they're so connected. Like mothers are so connected to their child. Even
Very
when
much.
the child cries, the mother will already kind of produce milk.
Yes.
Like immediately. Like,
yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
you guys are definitely.
And
in
we
tune.
feel when the milk is coming. So when they're crying, you are like see your body's telling you, "Ooh, somebody need comfort." Yeah. Yep. Even if I'm out, even if another child is crying.
Wow.
Yeah. As long as you're breastfeeding, like the crying, you feel the cramps. Yeah. Yeah. And then sometime I would just like be waking up in the middle of the night and then I just go to my son room and then now that he's sleeping in his own room and then he'll be like having a fever or something.
Yes.
It's like at first he didn't have a fever, but then something kind of wake me up and then I go and he was not okay. So there is definitely a connection. A deep connection.
So you grew up in Haiti.
Yeah.
So what was these early years in Haiti? And what was that like?
Même si I was like in a relationship at like a very young age, I enjoy my childhood. Like I was a kid for the longest. Même si m'te gen ménage, but I was still like a child. Like you know those like
Where were you from in Haiti?
Port-au-Prince. I mean, my parents are from Ocap, but I was born and raised in Port-au-Prince. And in les vacances, like in the summer, we'll go like to Ocap. So I enjoyed my childhood. Like, I was very involved at my church because I'm a PK. And okay, I've been hearing what they're saying about PK. I can say that I'm not really like, I'm a good PK. I don't know. I'm not trying to bribe like, but still, I feel like I'm actually a good person.
Yes.
And that's because I don't think like religion was forced on me. That was my choice. A lot of people, like I feel like Leo come see go crazy. It's because it's been forced on them. It's not their choice. You have film bag you pavle fait. But because I personally wanted to like be involved in my church and be active, so it wasn't something that I was forcing myself to do. So it was okay. So I was very involved in my church. School in Haiti. I don't know. Have you been within l'école Haiti?
Yeah, I went to school in Haiti.
Very fun.
Yeah, it was.
Very fun.
I just didn't like how we get beaten. Like your teacher would really like
from first grade to sixth
yes,
grade. When that's
beat
why
you up.
Yeah, and even like high school, it's kind of like when they can't do that anymore, and that's when we become like the bully.
Yeah,
so basically, we'll be the one bullying them
Yeah.
and making fun of them. But like at the young age, super fait des voix. Like if you didn't do your homework,
like real rulers. Like
they have
use rulers on
sensu.
me. Yeah, they have sensu too.
They
yeah.
have
But they have rulers
sensu.
on me, yeah.
They have all those type of stuff. I don't know if it's the same now, but I think it is. I think it is. Ou pas faire devoir battre, yo meto à genoux.
So what child were you?
I was okay because m'pa kon fè devoir, m'pa kon prend bâton like that. The most bâton m'prend is for my mouth. Like I just talk. Tout bâton m'prend c'est bouche mwen. At home and at school.
So you would challenge your teacher in a way.
Yeah, like what's going on? Like yeah, I'm not gonna just accept like whatever you're saying. If I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And then that pissed them off. And they'll be like, Gamun way, like réponse. I'm like, I'm still gonna say the same thing. So for example, like I had a group, and then my mom was like, if you don't clean your room, you can't go. I said, what's important? The work of God or cleaning my room? Baton. Yeah. Because they don't want to hear that. But I was that child.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. So growing up in Haiti, we all know our history and what is going on right now in our country. Did that any of that deterred you or affect you? You know, because what president, when you was in Haiti, what president was governing?
I don't even know.
Because I know when I was in Haiti, it was Ice-T.
No, I'm get on.
Préval, I mean.
Préval,
Yes.
yeah. I'm telling you, Préval. Even there was some after. I
So
don't even know.
any type of like insecurities, things like that, did that?
Listen, it's so weird. Like not just a couple of days ago, I was having that conversation. I was like, Haiti. When I was in Haiti, I mean, Haiti était toujours mal. We always hear that. Okay, Haiti's bad. But Haiti now is not like. I came here in 2009, and it was like it's still black and white. I'm content the insecurity, but that was like part of Haiti. Like there was some places you cannot go because this, that. But now it's like everywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean I came before the earthquake.
And did
A
none
little
of
bit
your
before.
families affected?
No, thank God. But just a little bit though. Like I came in November and it happened in January. So it's just so surreal to see what's going on right now because I'm like, I knew Haiti needed help, but what's going on right now is black and white. Like I've never seen such thing. I've never heard such thing. Like it's unbelievable to see how bad things got. And definitely affect me because I still have family there. Like majority of my families are still in Haiti. Uncles, cousins. Yeah, I have my classmates, like they're so eager to do something with their life and they can't.
Yeah.
They go to school, they study, and they want to do something, like they want to, but they just can't because there's no way. It's just so sad. It's just so sad. And now it's like everybody just want to come to the United States.
Yeah.
That's their only hope. Like, leave the country. That's why they went to DR. DR that like qui ton pays vraiment ils pas vraiment qu'on vle aller like that because of history that we have. But now they still go there because home is worse.
Yeah. That's one thing I always tell people. Like the most creative people that I know is from Haiti. You know, I don't know if you ever see the paintings, like different type of paintings, like
I've
amazing.
seen a lot of
like
so much talent.
Like so many talents here go to Haiti to go and buy. Like Kim Kardashian have a Haitian painting in her house.
For real?
Yeah, like she went.
I know we good.
There's a talent.
No, we good.
Yeah, we very good.
Yeah. I had a moment of thought for a second because you did paint a picture about like you growing up in Haiti. I know that the dating is different there.
Oh my God.
So for you to be, you said 14, right?
Yeah, around that age.
That door, like, how did that happen? Like, how did he swing you off your foot?
So that's the thing. Like, we were very old school. Like, we used to write letters to each other. I still have them. What? Crazy. And then to a point where the letters were like so much, and I had to hide them at the house. And you're tellement trop that we had to have like a notebook now. So I would write on the first page and then send it. And sorry. Maken used to be the one. He was like my partner in crime. He used to be the one that I'd be like, I'll buy Samuel Sabumwe. he used to be the one that's like the carrier, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he would take it from me. I'd buy Samuel, and then when Samuel writes something back, get it and send it back. And that's how people kind of knew, because he loved to play the drums so much that one day when ballon let pour al bay, no, Sammy ballon let pour bon moi, and he stopped by at the church and was playing drum, let la saute tomber. And then somebody from my church got it, opened it, read the whole thing, and that's when the whole church knew that Sammy and I were talking because of that letter. Tellement d'avoir joué. So, and then people from my church, like the youth, they were very like noisy or make fun of people, and we didn't want them to know. Yeah. So that was like a whole thing. But like he used to be the one that, yeah, he was the one from the very beginning. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like,
it's fine. And how was the family dynamic for all you guys in Haiti?
We're very close.
Close, yeah.
We're very close. Like all 5 of us, because we're only like 2 years apart. So we're very, very close. I used to take care of Tijus because he was the youngest. And then Fleka would have to take care of Maken. And then Jerry was kind of like there. And then, yeah, so we used to play a lot together under Kaila, because mom back on kite no soti they or like that. We were like that family that like we stay in, moun vin jouer avec nous, but we don't really go.
Yeah.
So and then the church was close by, like walking distance, maybe like 7 minutes, 5 minutes. Then that was our school too. So we would go back and forth from there. But we were very close. We used to have like moun ki ap travay na Kaila, but they were like family. Yeah, so we were very close. And then we would go to vacation every summer. Now we're gonna I have uncles that lived in other places. We'll go spend some time with them as well. So we were very close growing up. And then we came here. It was kind of like the same thing until like we started to grow up and everybody, you know, like different things. But we used to like play a lot with each other because we didn't have like other friends like that.
Yeah. Who he was though in Haiti? I'm curious because I know Maken's here, but I'm pretty sure he was a totally different person in Haiti.
For sure. But mostly I would say because he was still very young, so pas vraiment take away like the whole personality. But one thing for sure was like his drum. He was actually very, very sick. L'LTPT. He was very sick. He was like Timon ki pi malade nan nou tout la. He walked at like I think 3 or 4 years old when he make his first step and walk. So he was very sick. And then all of a sudden one day he woke up and started drinking water. And then that's when he kind of like cured himself with water. It's so weird, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. And then he used to play the drum with like my mom's bokit. So mette des bokit à terre, prend kiye, and then drum. Like he just loved it so much. So he used to like practice at the church with the drum. And then basically just jouer la kaila. He was always, how can I say, he loved music, school. He was a good child. He back on fait des zod like that. He was pretty cool. John Welia pas nan fâché, pas nan fait des zod, like just chill.
Yeah.
When it comes to his music, do his schoolwork, he didn't have like much friend either, but like n'importe moun comme ses amis, his classmates, like they would come along and play, jouer boule, soccer, playing soccer, jouer mab. Yeah. Like those little things, but basically that. It was pretty chill. Not in, li pa kon get in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So, from a person that came from Haiti, what was the experience when you first touched down in the U.S.? Like, for me, it was like surreal because I lived in the mountain. And, you know Kenskov? I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
So I live in Kenskov, so that's pretty much every time I talk to a Haitian, they're like, "Oh, yeah, you know the code. A lot of trees, yeah, and no roads." You know what I'm saying? So cars is like, you know, like trucks. So when I first came in the U.S., light was like, okay, this is light. Like I was just like beyond, like I was just excited, but just I felt like it was just like I'm in an alien type of world. How was your feeling like?
How can I say? It was different for sure. It was different to see but I lived in the countryside. I didn't live in the countryside. I lived in the city, Port-au-Prince, but I always had the countryside experience as well. As far as like the montagne, like the trees, eating from the trees, like moun ka fait manger dans wash. I've seen all of that. But we did, I didn't kon fou. Et pas comme si m'bat konnen réchaud. Like there's so many things m'de konnen courant, cell phone. Like I knew a lot of stuff. A lot of people pense comme si like I just didn't know anything, but I knew a lot of stuff. And I used to watch TV a lot, so I kind of like have an idea of how like what to expect from coming to the United States. Parce que m'de kon gade an pile movies, a lot of movies. So, but when I came here, it was cold because we came in November. It was very cold. That was the first thing first, and then second, it was huge. So huge that the first time I went back to Haiti, I'm like, Haiti was that small? Wow. Comme si moi tout with your like so coincé. I'm like, I don't remember it. I feel like it was a decent size when I was living in there. But as soon as I went back, I'm like, that's like very small. Nothing. Yeah, exactly. So that was that. It was huge. But l'école ça commençait bad. The kids, they were kissing in class. Ou bien kissing around. I'm like, you cannot do this in Haiti.
Wow.
Like, that was huge. That was like, whoa. And then I see that a lot of people, sorry. Go back. Okay, go to daddy. Go. Yeah. But moi en pile moun was like, for example, the Haitians, when I went into the church, the women, they took care of themselves. Like they looked nice coming to church. Like yo ranger fait makeup yo, ranger cheveux yo. So that was something that was different for me too. But there was a lot of things that I knew, of course, a lot of things that I didn't know. But it wasn't too much of a cultural shock because I used to watch so much movies. They when got a Thelma movie that I kind of like have an idea of like what to expect. Even school. I was like, m'kontan de a bully moun, that's not gonna happen to me. M'kontan de m'kon wè ti moun al shit on a toilet at manger because they don't have friend. I'm like, no.
So what you do to prevent that? Like,
we actually got into a fight. No boss. And we didn't know that belt was a weapon. And they were younger than us. So let nous bat yo, nous pren sentiment pour nous bat yo. They called the police. They're like, you guys could have went to jail because that's a weapon. I didn't know. I was like, in the bus. So instead of like, I hold their hands and then that's what we did. And I didn't know.
That's a different combination of fighting. I love it though.
I didn't know.
They stopped messing with you after that, right?
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
I love that.
They did.
Yeah, I love that. And as far as school, so what school did you graduate from?
High school?
Yeah.
Gateway.
Gateway. Okay. Yeah.
I only spent like 5 months there though. Like I came in November and I graduated in May.
So you already had your credits in Haiti.
Mm-hmm. They transferred everything.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
That's really good.
Yeah. And then like, how's college for you?
Different.
Yeah.
I didn't have nobody to kind of like guide me through. But actually, I had my cousin after, thank God. But I do know that I wanted to do something in healthcare. So I didn't waste much time, thank God, because I already knew. So right after I graduated, I went to Valencia and got my AA. But when I was doing my AA, I included my prerequisites in there for nursing. So that kind of like helped. Yeah. I didn't really waste time, but that's because of my cousin, because he came here first and he kind of like guided me. But at first I was lost. And then, it's just different. It was just different. And then I thought I pensais parler anglais in Haiti because I used to go to like classes, English classes and everything. But say, okay, when I came here, I'm like gonna speak. Mounya parle m'pa katande. And there's so many different accents here. Comme si m'ka fin habiti ensemble avec like an American talking to me, and then I have to get used to the Asian accent. I have to get used to the Spanish accent. I have to used to, so it was very hard for me to kind of like get used to the language. And then also, m'te pe parler anglais because my accent, m'pense mounya rime. Because in Haiti, like, lo pa konon bagay bien, people laugh at you.
Wow,
We're
it's like
here, yeah. But here it's like, okay, c'est pas langue ou lié. That's not your language. You're just making an effort. Nobody's gonna really like laugh at you.
Yeah.
So, but I was scared to speak at first. M'te vraiment parler. Malgré m'te comprendre. But I was very scared to speak and stuff like that. But I had to do what I had to do.
Yes.
I had to do what I had to do. But college was definitely different. But pas vraiment te waste time because I just went straight into nursing after.
Was that like a calling for you? Was it something that
I actually wanted to be a pediatrician. I was gonna take my have my bachelor in biology and go to medical school. But I'm like, that's gonna be like 7 years of studying with minimum work and income. So I'm like, maybe I should break it down because even if I'm a nurse practitioner, I have my doctorate in nursing. It's kind of like I'm still a provider. So I was like, I want to do nursing so I can help my family, and I don't regret it a bit.
Yeah, I love that. And then
I was saying that's good. That's good.
Thank you.
so earlier you talked about how Maken kind of opened up the news that you was in love with somebody and stuff like that. So how was getting married, to that person, which is crazy.
Yeah.
How was getting married? That
Well,
first...
coming here in the United States, took me to that we were gonna like break up.
Yeah,
Because
like long distance, right?
Yeah, long distance, and we were very young and stuff like that. But that's one thing. I'm kind of like a old soul. I don't know, because once I said, okay, we're doing this, we're doing this.
So you wasn't scared?
I was very scared, but I didn't know. I didn't plan on breaking up with them just because no probably, yeah. So I was like, we're gonna fight.
How long were y'all together from the time that you're moving? Was it like 3 years?
I came in 2000. No, not 3 years, because that was like, so if I was 14, when I came here, I was like 18.
Oh.
So that was a good 4 years.
Yeah.
A good 4 years. But we didn't really date like that back in Haiti. Say just let see each other for like a little bit because I'm back at Soti like that. And then my parents were not for it because I was young. They didn't want me to be in a relationship at that age and stuff like that. So, but the more they say no, the more I wanted him more. So, yeah. So when I came here, we did long distance. Thank God we did Uvu video call, text messages all the time, all day. Everywhere I go, I mean, you know about Semi. Semi was not even here yet because I talk about him all the time. Everywhere I go, I'm like, Nicki Minaj in Haiti, da. And then he came here in 2014, and that's when we kind of like faced challenges. Because at first it was just like people against us, but now it's me against you.
Wow.
That's when we kind of like fight. That's when we had our first fight. When he came here, that's when we actually go on dates, learn more about him, seeing him in a different type of world, I would say, instead of like just like love, asking about like, how do you see yourself? Would you want to be a stay-at-home? Like, we learned a lot about each other, though, because of the question we would ask each other, but it was still different leaving it. And then getting married, it was different. Living with with someone that's not my sibling.
And did you guys do therapy or anything like that?
Not really. We didn't. We had like couple sessions before, but we didn't like do any therapy before. We didn't. The first year was not too bad. A lot of people say like the first year is the worst.
Yeah, the first 2 years,
Yeah, the second years was the worst. But the first year was not too bad. It was not too bad. But it was still changes. Like you seeing like, if he's not a messy person, but that's when you kind of see little pet peeves that you have. That's when you learn those things. You're gonna learn. You're gonna know.
Yeah.
That's when she gonna see at school when you take off your socks, do you put them in the right place?
Right.
Low, when you open the cabinet door, like
Is that how
Do
do
you
they
close it?
Yeah.
Like certain things like that.
Yeah, what was that?
Hmm.
Yeah, was it because again, new people that's trying to get married, they always have that uh they're very opinionated about marriage, like the opinions that you knew, the opinions that you had before getting married. What was that? What was that like? Because a lot of people think marriage is just gonna be happy, gonna be in love, it's gonna be blissful, flower everywhere.
I knew it
You know?
was not gonna be. I mean, I'm a very realistic person. They couldn't gain differences, but I still didn't think that marriage was gonna be what it is. After I got married, I mean, you're probably not gonna agree with me, and that's a conversation for a different time. But I was like, en pile fille, they're so excited about getting, and I'm not being biased. That's just my personal opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
They're so excited about getting married. A lot of them think it's a blessing and think that define them. Gan pile fi ki pense like, okay, parce que yo pou marier de certain age comme si yo pa réglan rien dans la
Yeah,
vie. You know?
that's true.
That's real for so many people.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, do you really know when you get married like what you're getting yourself into?
Mm.
You're not only being a wife and then you're gonna have kids. If you don't find the right partner, you are literally the backbone of a whole household
Yeah.
full of people standing looking at you. Like, what's next?
Yep.
What are we gonna eat? When you come from your house where your mom kind of help you with certain stuff, but then now you have a whole house with a man looking at you like, what are we gonna eat? Like, you gonna help with laundry or cleaning the house? Like, it's you. You have to think about all those stuff.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? Because gampil fina kayo, they don't do anything. So are you ready to take that responsibility to be in charge of a whole household?
Yeah.
So I don't think gampil fi pense ensemble avec ça. They just think like, okay, I'm gonna get married. But no, are you ready to be that? Comme de ka di ça? How can I say that? Like that backbone
Yeah.
of the household.
Foundation.
The foundation of the household. Because although you can have a man that helps you with chores and cooking and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you are, like, I believe it, pas comme si penser que des bagay fille pas ka faire, garçon pas ka faire, but gender roles are there for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's certain things you can own, like, you're the only one that can do it.
Yep.
My husband cannot multitask like this.
Yeah.
You know, like if I go to work for a whole day and I don't expect my husband to do everything that I would have done if I was the one that was at the house with the kids.
Yeah.
He just simply cannot. So those are like things that I don't think some women think about before getting into marriage. And that was kind of like a wake up call for me too, because I'm like, I mean, I knew that was part of it, but I'm like, damn, like sometime I just want to be lazy, but I can't because you can't.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Do you feel like because you had your mom and dad as a union, did that help? Like, did you get a better understanding of marriage because they're married? Like,
I actually did not, because when my dad was here,
before all of you guys?
No, but I remember them being together, but I was so young. And then my dad moved here, so I was mostly with my mom. My dad would come and visit, but I didn't have that. I've never seen them fight until I came here. I've never seen like those type
affections, none of that.
I've seen affection when he comes, but like seeing like a married couple living in the house, like helping with chores and stuff like that, all of those things, because at that age, I'm not vraiment going to pay attention to that when they were both living together. Because my dad used to come back and forth and then he just retain it. So I didn't really I didn't have like that couple figured, I guess, like what marriage would look like.
Yeah.
With the two people.
Was there anyone that you looked up to when it came to marriage and family?
I looked up to my mom and my dad because although there was long distance, I see the love.
Yeah.
I know how I see the love in them. I love how my dad was with us, because même s'il était ici là, he would send money for my mom but send money for me individually. So that way I know what it's like, okay, pour me gagner l'argent pam. That way if some guy in Haiti be like, "Oh, my bon l'argent," I'm not like yeah. And my dad say I love you. My dad will say when he's wrong. My mom, no, but so things like that. So they each have their own things that I kind of like
Yes.
liked. So I think those were the only one that I actually looked up to be honest.
I like that. I like that.
So we do something in our podcast. It's a segment we like to call a check-in. So pretty much, we want you can rate yourself from 1 to 10. So where you at financially, personally, and mentally. So financially could be goals and dreams that you have. Personally could be family, jobs, different things like that. And mentally could be something that nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? So we could start with financially, where you feel like you are.
Financially,
1 to 10.
Financially, 1 to 10, I would say I would say 7.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 7 because I do have my career. Although I do want to become more, I'm going to go to school to become a nurse practitioner, even have my doctorate. I am going to, but I feel like my career now is pretty stable and money is okay, with what it is. But I just feel like I need to do better as far as like saving and investing. I think that's the age now where it's like, now I kind of like have the career, but it's like, okay, what do I do with my money now?
Yeah.
With the money that I'm going to be getting, what do I do with them?
That's good.
So what's the next one? Personally, I feel like I'm at a 0. I'm so like, I feel like I'm a new person. I see life differently. I feel like I have to reset myself. Like everything that I've set myself to be kind of like crashed because I never expected my life to be what it is right now. I never planned for that. I'm a planner. So whatever I'm doing, I plan. Like I plan ahead. I use my calendar. I use like my checklist notebook. Like I plan everything. We're getting married. I have the whole wedding plan. Like I plan. That's what I do.
Wow.
I didn't plan that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually a subject that we don't talk about at all. Like even my dad, when he's talking about, okay, lempala, uncle, I'm like, ugh. Everybody knows in that household that like that's something that I never wanted to talk about.
Wow.
And for this to happen, kind of like shifted the whole thing. So now I see life so differently. Like it's not even funny. And I used to be a very positive person. Like I was very, very positive. But now, even now when somebody asks me comment mieux, I cannot say I'm good. Like even if I try to say it, it can't come out.
Yeah.
I'm like hanging in there. I can't even say I'm good because am I good? No. But I'm trying to, but it's just weird because I have kids now that I have to plan the future. But it's like I planned the future, but this happened. So it's like, how can I be excited about a future when I don't even know if there's going to be a future?
Wow.
So, yeah, I feel like I have to build myself up again. And I'm really trying. Like I had I took this whole month trying to plan again because I usually have like my goals and my vision board and write down everything.
Yeah. For the new year.
I usually start I usually say that my years start in February because I take January because December is so busy for me that January is the month that I take to plan the whole thing. So I did the same thing, but we'll see. We'll just have to see because I feel like I'm starting from scratch again because of, I think what defined me is how I used to view life. And because I don't see life this way anymore, tout bagay changé.
Yeah. Everything's not the same no more.
Tout bagay changé.
Wow.
And emotionally, it's the same thing.
What about mentally?
Mentally, I would say I'm a 5. That's kind of weird, right? Because, but it's because I, at the same, malgré tout ça yo, I still didn't know I was that strong.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always say, pour jambon di we kemye, that's something that mpa jamte pas mte ka deal with, but I'm here still.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I was that strong. I did not know that I would be able to stand and watch my brother lay in a casket. I didn't know that I could stand and see my parents and my siblings going through what we're going through. I didn't know that I could stand after burying my brother and like leave, drive, and come home and still go on with life, still wake up and cook, still wake up and go to work. It's like life continues. I didn't know that I would have the strength to do that.
Yeah. Like you're leaving something behind. And it's kind of.
And I feel like if I didn't have kid, it would have been totally different.
That's what I was gonna say. Cause you had to, like when we first kind of had that conversation, you listed like your roles. Like you are a wife, a daughter, and a mother. Like you had all these different roles, and the sister component like came.
Yeah.
Do you have any like regrets on anything that happened with your mental as far as going through the grief process? On how you handled it? Because I know you said you stood strong day by day.
I continued to work.
Yeah.
I only took like maybe like that same 2 days off. And then I had to keep going to work. And yeah, I definitely have regrets because right now I'm dealing with panic attack, something I never had in my life before.
Wow.
Yeah. So I feel like if I took the time to actually breathe or like release more, then it would have been totally different. Because right now, I'm dealing with the aftermath, and it's weird.
Yeah.
So, who would you say is Danielle now?
I don't know. I don't know who I am, but we'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't plan ahead too far. Now I just take it one day at a time. I have it in plan, but mentally, you come to one bagay, but you only believe in what you. But I'm gonna go on vacation in June, but then deep inside, I do know that I only like plan like for tomorrow. Like okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get there eventually, but right now I don't know. I'm still a loving person. I'm still passionate about nursing. I'm still a mom. I'm still all those roles, but it's just like, how do I go from there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love how we wanted to kind of understand where you at now, and we still haven't talked about that today.
No.
Yeah.
Because I realized that it's more important to know where you at now. But walk us to the day, if it's possible, because I know we all have different
Point of views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That your brother passing, Maken.
I went to work. Work was not bad. It was not overwhelming. I just remember I had a headache. That's it. I had a headache. And then around 3:34, I took a break, 4 a.m. because I work night shift. I took a break, and then I went and I lay down and I slept for like 30 minutes and then went back to work. Driving back home, I was sleepy. Like very, very sleepy. Like my eyes was like closing while I was driving. So I had to like put some very hype music. Like I literally was playing compa.
Yeah, just stay up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like literally compa, jamming, happy, dancing, driving home. Came home in a hype, exciting mood. And then I saw my son was here. I was like, why is Owen not in school? And Sammy was like, we woke up late. I'm like, I mean, même s'il allait late, he can still go. They're just going to charge us, but we have until 10:30. So go drive him to school.
Yeah.
He was like, okay. Still didn't say nothing. So went upstairs in the shower. I was still jamming. Avec musique yo ki nan tête moi, m'dap tande nan machine nan.
That's a Wednesday night, right? Wednesday morning.
Yeah. So went into the shower. Li prepare one pour toile ensemble avec lui, and then I was in the shower still dancing, taking a shower. Then I got out of the shower, and Naisha called me. My friend called me. And she called and she was like, hey, Danny, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. He was like, is Maken okay? Like, what's going? No, she didn't say is Maken. She's like, yeah. She said, is Maken okay? Like, but the way she was talking, pas vraiment fin songe tout moli dire. But I'm like, why? What's going on? In my head, I think like he got in trouble or something. He was like, oh my God. Okay, call your dad. Call your dad. So my heart started to like speed up. Like my heart like commence à bat four. My hands are getting cold and everything because I'm like, what's going on? Because I'm somebody qui like I'm very comme like I told you before, I'm overprotective. Depuis on dit on parle comme si me get up and say what's going on. Back I really stay calm to be like maybe it's nothing. No, I'm like I want to know now what's going on. So I just hang up real quick. Instead of calling my mom, I call my sister. And then I hear the crying. I'm like, what's going? Still, I didn't think about that. You know? I'm like, maybe he got hurt or something.
Yeah.
But then my sister was like, Maken Ali. I was like, Ali where? He was like, Lali where? I just went black. Like, it's like my whole body kind of like, I don't know how to explain. Like my whole body got cold and I kind of like fainted a little bit. But it's like everything was just black and then I just shita sukabana like this. And that's about all I can remember. Wow. Like, it was like, everything after that was like, kind of like a blur, like slow motion, because it's like, I don't know.
Like people
because
walking
my whole
in the house.
yeah,
it was like,
because I had to drive and then by the time Semi even lamti safle kabdila, because I remember like all I was saying in the car, because when Semi was driving back home, I was like, what is she talking about? Like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? I keep saying the same thing. What is she talking about? That's all I kept repeating. What is she talking about? Until I get into the house, I hear malgré tout ça, I'm like people are putting my brother's name and death in the same sentence. I know I should be in peace with this. I know. Because as a Christian, we know that e pa place nou sous la terre. That's not home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we should accept this and like know that this is okay. Because he's in a better place. But I just I can't get there yet. I can't get there yet because it's like, why? You know? What's the lesson? Eu toujours dit pi devant a comprendre pour qui. I want to know the Pookie. I want to know the Pookie now. So I can. I have like sometime I know like get the bagay ki vini ki bring me comfort. Et comme si I'm like, oh. But then I just go back to like the same thing. It's like, is he really okay? I know he's supposed to be okay, but is he okay? So many unanswered questions. I feel like it's also the way that it happened. If I come see like he was sick, he had the time to like talk and, you know, none of that. It's like you wake up one day, everything is fine, and then another second, like he's not there. So many things. And then the last text that he sent was like, he was talking about insurance because he's like, I'm going through different things. This whole thing is, I don't even think we have time to talk about like everything that I'm feeling about this situation. Because even getting the car, like it was my car that was traded for him to get the car. It's like, I feel like if I didn't do it, and then the thing is, I didn't want to do it. So I'm like, tout bagay sa ou, comme si I have guilt, like if I stood strong, if I stood strong and didn't do it, would it still happen? So I have so many unanswered questions and so many different things. Even feel like I can't really be at peace yet with this. And it's okay.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's okay to not. And I feel like I don't even want to be okay.
Yeah, explain that, because that's something you told me. And I when you told me, I was stuck. And that was very, very powerful what you said.
Because I feel like that's my only connection with him now. So
it's like you feel if you're having fun, you will forget. You don't want to forget about him.
No, I don't. Even if I was given the choice, ukone you in pain, and then if bon Dieu, you know what, I can take this all out and you'll be okay and you'll be fine and move on with your life. I don't want that. I wouldn't choose that.
Yeah.
I want to feel the pain.
Yeah, connection.
Because that's my connection with him. I want to feel that there's a void inside of me because he's not here.
Yeah.
And nothing can replace him, ever.
Yeah.
Nothing can replace him. So I want to stay with that void. I'm not trying to like fill the void. I'm just trying to be a little bit more positive in life. Because right now, it's like I don't know, you know? But it's not like I'm trying to fill a void or anything. Because I want that void to stay. Because that's his place.
That's huge.
That's his void. That's his void. Maken and I were very close.
Very, very.
He talked to me about everything.
Yeah.
He was still very personal. But yet he felt comfortable to talk to me. And he is very loving and affectionate. Even now, like coming down in the morning, when I come down, I just like kind of have like visions of him like laying on the couch.
Yeah.
That's his little place. If I'm doing something in the kitchen, he will go in the pantry with his backpack, taking stuff from the pantry and put it in his backpack all the time.
Yeah.
And Sammy will be like, "Bum got this values," like because we know he would take stuff. He would take a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So I still have like visions of him. And I feel like when I dream of him, I feel better.
You've had dreams already?
I do. I've had like, I think 3.
Can you tell us at least one of them?
That one is crazy.
The one you told me? Oh, God. I'm going to the bathroom real quick, but say that.
That one is crazy. So I had a dream, and he was like, it's like I saw a little bird. Me and my dad was outside. There was like a bird on the floor, and then all of a sudden, bird la volée, and as pendant bird la volée, and it's changing into a human.
Whoa.
And then when he turned around, it was him. And he would have like different sizes. Like the upper he goes, the bigger he is. Comme si s'il nan ciel la li wo, like he's huge. But then when he gets closer, he became a little closer, like our size.
Yeah.
So he would have like different sizes. And then he was literally doing like a fashion show. Chaque lèl vire, he changed clothes. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I was like, Florica, I was calling all my siblings, Mom, like, come, y'all gonna miss this. Y'all gonna miss this. Y'all gonna miss this. That was like the third dream I had of him. Mboko gen l'autre dream avec ça. Après ça. And that was the dream that he actually talked. Like, l'autre dream, yo mwen pat parler ensemble avec lui. Li pat di rien. Like, I see him, but he didn't say anything. So he just like keep doing that, doing his little fashion show, and we're so happy. And then he became our size, and we sat down, and we were talking.
What?
And it's like maybe tout worries mwen gen yo. I was just like throwing it at him. I was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "I'm okay. I'm okay." I'm like, "Okay." And Grandpa at that time was not feeling well. And I was like, "How about Grandpa? Is he gonna be okay?" Et comme si I was using him as like comme te ka di sa, like for him to tell me like what's going on, like what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "What about Grandpa?" He's like, "Grandpa's okay. Just like koule ti dlo nan tèt li, he'll be alright." I was like, "Okay." And I'm like, are you like I was asking him about are you okay a lot.
Yeah.
And then après ça, il dit comme ça, but one thing I want to say, he was telling each of us things, and then I was like, one thing I'm going to say, Jerry, if the doctor say it's okay, it's fine. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He was like, pew. I was like, Maken with the sound effect, like, yo, like, what do you mean? Is it going to be another car accident?
Yeah.
He was like, pew. I was like, yo, tell us, is it going to be another car accident? He said, mm-mm. I said, what is it? What is it? He didn't say nothing après ça. Then we were still like asking him random questions. Pa fin sonje tout bagay yo net. Fast forward to like a week after I had that dream. Jerry was on a train and decided to make a backflip.
While the train is going?
Yeah. So he actually did it. But then when he stood up, he fainted and tombé, frappé tête li. Bidi bidi pip.
Wow.
As soon as Fleck had him, so that's the only thing I did. Whoa. Let Jerry frappé tête li, he passed out for like a couple minutes. My sister was like, tête c'est un bagay ki very important. Like, you need to go get checked up. You need to go get checked up. Went to the doctor. The doctor say, it's okay. The result was negative. It's okay. The same word, it's okay. If the doctor say it's okay, it's
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Why? Pidi bidi peep.
Yeah.
The backflip. Peep. You tombe. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So he was already giving you confirmation and comfort a week into the future. Wow.
Fonzo, you talked about that a lot as far as grieving.
Yeah.
So, what would you say as far as the grieving process? Like, what would you say for you down there? Like, what would you say where you at in the
I feel
grieving
like
scale? And you could tell her like which the
Yeah, I'll pull it up. But where you at right now as far as?
I feel like for me to grieve, like I try to include him in everything that I'm doing because that's the only way I feel better. Like, for example, Christmas. I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, simpad gen ti moun, samda wal fe na Christmas. After this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I had to put up a Christmas tree, and I'm like, okay, I have to include him in there. Like, so I added like drums and his pictures and stuff like that. I felt okay because he's part of it. So whatever I'm doing, it's like if I include him in there, like he's in my then I feel a little bit better because I'm like, okay, I include him in there. I include him in it. And it's kind of crazy because like l'église ou qu'on a de yo do like laisser les morts, enveler les morts, like stuff like that. But I'm like, he's not a mort. He's my brother.
Right.
So I can't get into that like mentality. Oh, I don't even know if it's okay Christian wise to like. It's pas comme si I'm obsessed with him, but it's like I still feel like I have to include him in whatever I'm doing.
That's huge. I had that fight too, as far as like you don't want to honor the dead, but you still want to remember them.
Exactly.
And I literally almost put a picture of him in the seat of one of the for the theater, like as an audience, him and my sister, and it was in my head like I know you guys would have been so happy, and it kind of also reminds me of the first. So like when you lose somebody, there's a thing where it's the first Christmas without the person.
We went through so many firsts.
First, yeah.
And that's why December was so hard on us because he's always there. Whatever we're doing, he's there. Unless like he cannot, like baby shower, birthdays, like he's gonna come. So in December is packed with birthdays, and then on top of that Christmas, and then New Year's, and then my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
So we went through so many firsts already. All of a sudden, it's like we've been bombarded with like emotions. We can't even like take a breath yet.
Yeah. That's major. So the 5 steps of grief that we got is denial, anger, bargaining, asking God to kind of like take something away to have that person back, depression, and acceptance. Where do you kind of see yourself in that 5 stages? Because you can be in any one of them at any given moment.
I would say depression.
Okay.
I would say depression because I had the anger. I couldn't pray.
So you can't even talk to God
until I had the first panic attack. That's when I was like, okay, because I can't sleep. I'm having palpitation, and then it definitely become a panic attack. And I was like, no, I need comfort.
Yeah.
And my comfort was God that I'm mad at the moment.
Yeah. Wow. And they collide. Yeah.
It's like I'm mad at you, but I need you. So I had to go to him.
Yeah.
I had to go to him to help me because God knows I couldn't. So that's when I started praying again.
Wow.
So I had that anger for a very long time.
Like, why this?
Yeah. And on top of that, going to work, taking care of people that don't care about life.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so you couldn't take anybody else. Not even that 99-year-old old man that want to go.
Yeah.
You had to take him. So it was a while.
So with what you said as far as you being in the depression stage and the fact that you lost a brother, right? Does it also make you feel like you have to live for him in a way like he doesn't get a chance to do certain stuff, or the things that we used to talk about, I want to do it for him? Like, does that kind of give you a little boost of like
the whole plan that I like, my vision boards and everything, he's everywhere in there. Like I know he started like stuff that I want to continue.
Yes.
He started so many things that I want to continue. And I know depuis moi vivant, toujours, they will continue.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's the only way we can like honor him. Because every time that I get into the depressing phase, like my depressing phase is basically mentally, but it's not drive wise.
That's deep.
Because every single time that I get like where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything, I just want like, then I'm like, that's not Maken.
Right. he go.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you doing?
Yeah.
Listen, it's like, get up, do what you gotta do. You know, grind. Like he was like this.
Yeah.
So I have to continue.
Continue. Yeah.
Like I have no choice. I told my siblings that we have no choice
Yeah.
Yeah.
but to fight and to continue to honor him as much as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what we embody
Mm-hmm.
for the podcast. Really, is to have his legacy live on. Because that's one thing about Maken. He doesn't like us not being consistent,
No.
not being dedicated.
And don't you
And
feel
one
like
thing
you're
he gonna be
being
like-
watched?
Yes.
It's like I'm being like every time I'm like, I feel like I can already see his face like, man,
You tripping.
man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
seriously, like y'all still there and that's what y'all doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what sometimes I even like make funny things about. I'm like, look at this man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this man. Upram vanilla and I still had the dry, but look at this man laying down being lazy.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's beautiful. So we're about to end in a minute. So question I want to ask you. So 2 questions. I want to ask you. You have any questions?
No.
You good? So where futuristically speaking, where do you want Danielle to be? Taking everything that happened this year, take all the trauma, take all the hurt. Where do you want yourself to be in the future?
I have big dreams. I have very big dreams. Like huge dreams that I know are possible with work and dedication and consistency. So I do see, I don't see it. So I'm not gonna lie because I used to see myself like that. I don't see it, but I'm gonna work to make myself see myself there. It's like I'm doing the work without looking at the end result. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
It's like there's the goal there. I'm pas vraiment focused na garder end result là, but I'm focused on like making the step now to actually, because si ça t'arrive, because I know how Maken had big dreams too.
Yes.
Yep.
So si ça t'arrive, I don't make it there. If I had the step, on lot moun ka pran over and continue instead of like looking at the goal and not doing anything about it. So right now I focus on actually working the step to get into the finish line. And si ça arrive, m'pa make it to the finish line, somebody else can continue. And while I'm making the step to go, I'm kind of like planning in a way that it would still, like the continuity will follow. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
Like comme
You're
si I
bringing-
leave the trace exactly.
Yeah, bringing it. It's
So
like one
for
of those track, like the running track. They give the baton thing right behind them. Yeah.
So for example, for you guys, like with the podcast, he's not there, but he have you guys to continue that.
Yeah.
Or if it was something that he was doing by himself, then it would be like, but you guys are already there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can continue. You take that as a motivation to continue. So that's kind of like where I'm at. So whatever I'm planning, I don't just plan for myself, but I plan in a way where like it's something that will still be like a reality one day.
I like that.
Yeah, even for me, like, because I dedicate every year I have something I want to focus on. Usually for me was other businesses that I have. Like this year, I really want to focus solely on the podcast, and because this is the type of energy that Maken comes with, and you talk about it a lot. Like he's the type of dude where if he feels like you're not in it, he's like, bro, I'm doing it by myself. Like,
Yep.
Like it's like
Yep.
it's not like I don't need you, but it's like the goal is bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
The goal is bigger than you. So
Yep.
it irritated us every
Yeah.
time. Like it was just
Facts.
like, bro, we own it. But I just know that's the type of energy I want to embody because he will do it himself. Like I seen Maken not sleep to at least to edits
Yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, bro, you gotta sleep, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's like now looking back now, it's like he really wanted to do. Et comme si li pat konnen ça t'a pas arrivé, but in a way, it's like et comme si that was always like there because et comme si il était someone qui tellement cherish everything and try to like et comme si li quick. Li besoin arriver quick, comme si someone qui connaît pas de gan pile temps pour te vivre.
Yeah. Wow,
That he's
wow.
trying to like accomplish as many things as possible so quick.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. That
Li
gave
pat
me
li pat
goosebumps.
li pat vle rete like in a position and wait for something to happen. Et comme si it
Yeah.
has to happen now. Et comme si someone qui te get en connaît that he didn't have that much time.
Yeah. He was always on go. You right.
Yeah.
Even that last couple hours, he was at your brother's friend house, like learning more stuff. You just did what, 12 hours
Yeah.
of working, just work, and then to add on top of that, you're right.
Yeah.
He always on go.
Yeah,
Yep.
my brother said he was learning credit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was learning credit. He was learning it, and he told me it was one thing that kind of gave me peace. He was like, he seemed focused. You know what I'm saying? He seemed focused, like he was in his bag in a way. You know, when you're in your bag, it's like nobody is like hindering you. It's like you see it, and I think it's just like that's the type of energy. Maybe that energy was why he was here on Earth to give us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I know he had big dreams qui pa arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I still have those questions. I'm like, okay, like I know he has to be okay, but it's like, is he okay with leaving now? Because there's so many things that l'ita besoin faire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he okay? Is he really at peace with leaving now?
Yeah.
But like you said, maybe it's the energy, it's the drive.
Yeah.
Like my husband said that Maken had a personality zange
Mm-hmm.
because he was selfless.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and then he was like, "Moun ki gen ton pa vraiment zange and selfless, ale a pile fois where they don't really last long on Earth." Because c'est une mission yo vin accompli. Because Maken could have passed when he was a baby.
Yeah. He talked about
Why?
that.
Yeah. He talked about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like why? Because mission pas de côté fini.
Yeah. Yeah.
So last statement, not statement, question, I would say it's the same question we asked each other in our episode. So if God came to you and told you that he's gonna put you in a room with Maken, and you need to tell Maken 2 statements and 1 question. Well, for you, since you're the sister, I said 2 questions and 2 statements. What would you tell Maken?
Question. I just want to know why he pulled over. Like seriously, like that's like I want to know why he pulled over. Why? And then okay. I went to see him before, like when he was not like well dressed and stuff like that. And he kind of looked, I don't know, not mean, not mauvais. I didn't see it that way until Jerry mentioned it. So I'm like, was it like a smooth transition for him?
Yeah.
Because
Like
of the way,
painless?
yes.
Yeah.
Because Jerry was like, he kind of looked like he was in pain, like with the face. But I'm like, I thought it was because they glued his mouth. I mean, that's so much that I'm saying. Maybe you know, but that's another thing. I want to know, like, was it a smooth transition? And why did he pull over? Like those would be the two main questions, because I feel like those two will give me would have given me closure. And then statement, he knows I love him already. You know, I would just say like you know that I loved you, right? Yeah, I love you. I wish I had the time to say I love you to him again.
That's good.
That's good. And I want to encourage you, because for you to have, you have the strength to open up, because I feel like that's something that is very traumatic, and for you to you have the strength to open up, that's very powerful. And a lot of time, denial is one thing that a lot of people face.
Yep.
And that's one thing I even told you guys when my auntie passed. When she passed, I was, no, God got it. You know what I'm saying? Like I skipped the steps, and it took 2 years of masking, and finally I just yelled at my wife one time, and I was like, I want to kill myself.
Whoa.
And I realized the reason why I got to that point is because I didn't properly grieve. I masked. And also I didn't have a closure with my auntie, because when my auntie passed, she wanted me to go to her church. I didn't. And she passed 2 weeks after. So for you to even have you have the strength to understand your emotion, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful, because that's something that I didn't, and it happened to the point where I was depressed for a whole year, after I got married too. So definitely I would encourage you to continue to feel, continue to speak what you feel, and that's very important. Feel and continue to speak how you feeling, because that itself gonna give you the power to continue. That's what I'm doing with Maken too, and I tell him like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Like I drive past his accidents every day, and every time he speaks to me, every time he says something to me, every time I pass by it, it's like I feel like he's speaking to me in a way. And sometimes I'm mad because I don't want him to speak to me, because like, bro, I want you to be here. Like, I don't want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm learning how to open up. So I value that a lot that you're doing. So yeah. Any last thoughts you have, Fonzo?
Yeah, I also want to say the fact that you're able to take it a day at a time, really, because I was always like that too, being futuristic, especially men. Like we tend to plan ahead, but life will really slow us down, especially with death. Like we'll sit back and love on people more. We'll tend to say love you more. We'll tend to look back and say, you know what, I should spend more time in this area of my life because I neglected it. So the fact that you're able to take it a day at a time now, because I know you said back then you always used to plan things. Now you kind of take it a step back. Like every moment is a blessing.
Exactly.
So I take my hat off to you and give you your flowers for not only being a sister, a mother, a daughter, just being you, being your truth. Like you're being transparent with us, being the real person that you are. So thank you. Thank you.
Any last thoughts?
Yeah, I would say one thing qui ont touché un piece too with that is just the fact that Maken, malgré les pot côté rivé dans saleté vle accompli, but he enjoyed himself. He enjoyed, money or not, you're gonna see him on that cruise. You're gonna see him go on vacation. You're gonna see. So I'm like, if he actually listened to us, meaning me or my parents and everything, and actually just save for future, what future was he gonna save for?
Yeah, we're gonna have to end it there.
Welcome to Out in the Open podcast, where discussions are open and judgment closed.
I'm just Jacob.
Coach Cherry. And we are OICO Crew.